back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Melissa, if you are watching this video, turn it off right now. I gave her clear instructions not to watch today's video, but it has been a cold and blustery day so far today. I think the snow has finally cleared out of here. And what's weird, if you go a couple miles west of here, a couple miles east of here, I don't think it snowed at all. We got in one of those bands coming down from the lake, and we just stayed in it. And we only got a couple inches, but it snowed for a couple hours. So no work outside today. I did manage to get a bunch of fire starter bagged up. We will have that available on New Year's Day. And right now, it is a couple days before Christmas. And in typical fashion, I need to do some Christmas shopping. So that's what we're going to do right now. I can knock this out pretty quick. I have to pick something up for Melissa from Hunter and a few odds and ends. Melissa takes care of all that stuff, but obviously she doesn't buy herself something. Well, I can't really say that. Well, first stop, Herb Brittner's Smokehouse. Hands down, the best beef jerky out there. And believe me, over the years, I've tried a lot of different jerky, but I keep coming back to Brittner's. It's a local shop, and they don't ship, by the way, because last time I mentioned this place, a lot of people called and asked if they would ship. They do not do that, and it's kind of hit or miss. Most times they have it, but when you get near the holidays, we'll see. Well, Christmas is ruined. They're out of jerky. I was afraid of that. I did place an order for next Friday, so we'll have some for New Year's. I do like to give a couple packs out as gifts, so I'll have to go a different direction on that. But yeah, it's worth the wait. It's good stuff. All right, we are entering the town of Zelienople. I like to, shop local as much as I can. It's not always possible. But Zilly has a lot of nice little shops and a lot of business owners that I know from over the years, and just try to support them whenever I can. First stop, Matthews Jewelers. All right, just picked up a little something at Matthews Jewelers from Hunter to Melissa. I think she's gonna love it. We got two more stops here on Main Street. No, just one more stop, and I think I'm done. All right, it is first thing in the morning. I got all my Christmas shopping done yesterday, and I got a roaring fire going in the wood stove. And we need it because it's only about 9 degrees this morning, but you know what? It feels better at 9 degrees than it does at 35 degrees and rain. It really does. But I'm gonna head down to the wood yard right now. I need some firewood for up at the building. I'm gonna burn some boxes, and then later on today we're gonna do some work on the shed out by the clearing. I think by this afternoon it's gonna warm up into the 30s, so it won't be too bad. I've got some 2x10s laying on the sawmill. I want to get those out there, maybe put them up. And then I also want to saw some rafters on the sawmill. I'll need some 2x6s by probably 14 or 14 and a half. I think that's what we'll use, for rafters. All right, that should do me for a day or two. So far this winter, we have burnt about 1 3/4 rows. We burnt just a little bit in October, a little bit more in November, and then quite a bit in December. I'm ready to shut the tractor off. All I need to do is pull up to the building, but it wants to do a regen. So in the past, when I have complained about the timing on some of these regens, I've had people tell me that I should just plan my work better, which didn't make any sense to me at all, because today I planned my work. I planned on going to get some firewood, and then I'm going to bag up a bunch of fire starter until it warms up some, and then I'm going to work on the shed later on today. But what's going to happen is I'm going to pull this up by the building, and it's going to sit here and run at 2,500 RPMs, not doing a thing, while it does its regen. It's just insane. I am down here at the wood yard. What I need to find here is a nice, straight, decent sized red pine log. I think there's one about halfway back through the pile there that will work for some rafters for the shed out there. In this pile right here, I have some red oak firewood poles right here, then a bunch of red pine. I can't even remember. I know there's red oak in the front. While it's still frozen, I think it just hit 33 degrees, but the ground's frozen. I'm gonna move some of these down to where we cut firewood, and then we'll dig a nice red pine out of the pile here. Yeah. Should be able to grab two at a time. Man, that stuff is so heavy. That red oak compared to the pine. I mean, the red pine's heavy as well, but I might have to do these one at a time. They're saying we're gonna get a little snow tonight. Yeah, I can only get one at a time here. I don't think a lot of snow, but tomorrow is Christmas Eve when you're gonna see this video. So it would be kind of nice to get a little snow for Christmas. We just got a couple inches on the ground now. It's going to melt here this afternoon. There's actually a method to my madness here. Like, I have stoned in front of the woodshed. I have it stoned up by the sawmill. I only try to run through this area down here when it's frozen, and I try to do all my firewood cutting down here. Just so things stay neat and clean. I hate dragging mud from one place to the other. But man, we got to get cutting some wood. We really do. We got a good jump on things, but we have been spending a lot of our time, Levi and myself, on the fire starter, which is good as well. But like I said the other day, you kind of have to, I don't know, we're always trying to pick and choose what we should focus on and spend our time on, you know? Because there are only so many hours in the day, as we all know. Oh, and speaking of fire starter, we're going to have it back on the website. Going to do something a little bit differently here. on New Year's Eve at midnight. New Year's Eve. And the reason we're doing that is a lot of people on the West Coast, they say it sells out before they basically get up in the morning, because we put it on at 8. But we're going to have enough this time. It should last for a while. So it'll be on at midnight, New Year's Eve. And that'll give everybody a chance. I think we should have plenty, because I think a lot of people are buying it as Christmas gifts, and Christmas will be over. And then we'll mention it in a video on New Year's Day. Probably send out a newsletter as well. Speaking of the newsletter, if you're interested in that, you can just sign up. Go to our website, outdoorswiththemorgans.com, and there will be a pop-up that comes up. Enter your email, and you'll be signed up. The newsletter is just it's nice. Hannah's been handling it as well. We all go over what we're going to put in it. It's kind of a look back, a look ahead, kind of a behind the scenes thing. And like, we'll also let you know like when Firestarter will be available and just stuff like that. We don't spam you or anything like that. You'll get like one a month, sometimes two, but usually one a month. I just remembered in this pile, that's a hemlock right here. That's a hemlock. That real big one up there with no bark on it. That's a big old white pine. That would make a great beam for somebody, you know? If someone wanted like one big 8x12 beam, like 20 feet long, I think I can cut on the mill 19.5 for 20 feet, I think, unless you get real creative. This red pine right here, this may be the one I'm after. They're all pretty straight, but when you're trying to get long lumber out of them, you want them real straight. And I'm trying to pull it out from underneath that big white pine. I'm gonna have to get straight on this thing. Ooh, I gotta see. You gotta be careful. If I pull that, I don't like where I'm sitting, because if that white pine would roll down here, it's going to be a bad day for the side of the cab of this machine. So I'm going to sit over here a little bit more. I don't know if I've had time to catch it or not. I'm going to try to slide it out here a little bit. And you know what? All that messing around, I don't think that's the one I want. It's too small. I want that big one back in the back. This here is a big old white oak. So big that it's kind of hard to get a hold of. Just do that. This one here is a nice red pine, but it's pretty small. Matter of fact, I should put this one back on the pile. Well, we're doing a lot of messing around here. That one's actually, I'm going to set this one right here. I mean, I could probably get 6 2x6s out of that log right there. 6 rafters. I'm just going to leave that one right there. Because this one big one, I'll get several out of it, but not enough. I feel like Clark Griswold trying to find the perfect tree here. Now, I like the size of this one. We just have to hope it's straight. And once again, it's coming. I like what I see so far. That's going to be the one. Yep. We got a winner. Nice and straight. Stuff's heavy. I may be better off. If you come down this way, it's got a slight little bend in it right there. I may be better off taking my 14-footers from this end, even though it's the small end. And then when I need some like 10 or 12-foot stuff, I could get it off of this end. Alright, actually I'm going to set this one right here because I need to come down here with my truck and load up those 2x10s. Take them out to the shed, and then that log right there that I just set down, that'll be the next one that I saw on the mill. Just trying to get organized here. I would carry those out like with the forks on something, but yeah, those ones are a little over 12 feet, a little tight in a few places, so we'll just put them in the back of the truck. I'll gather up a few tools, and we'll probably put a couple of them up. I should try to remember when I get in this machine anytime it's cold outside to just take a jacket off before I get in, because that thing will cook you out even on low. The heater and AC in that work way better than in that. That's not bad, but it's nowhere near as good as that. That's what's nice about a 8-foot bed on a truck. Those are 12-footers, probably 12 feet 6 inches. All right, we're gonna head out in the woods here to the shed, see if we see any deer out here. They've been hitting these acorns real hard in these oaks to the right here. From here up, there's just a few oaks. It's mostly maple and cherry. From here down, it is primarily red oak. I don't see any deer yet. Usually they're right out in here. Well, what I got done so far is still standing. That's good. I was thinking this morning, you know, once we get through Christmas, coming right up, in the New Year's, I have to stay motivated. That time from right after the first of the year till February, or even the middle of February, it's always rough, you know? But once it starts getting light, staying light a little bit later, things get better. But it's always just not much happening that time of year. Usually the weather's not cooperating real well, and I get kind of stir crazy and cabin fever, and yeah, that's always a rough time of year for me. But after that, man, when you have, even in March, you could have a snowstorm, but with it staying light later, it just, I don't know, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, I guess, you know? So what do you see we got here? We got 4 goats. How many kids here? 4 kids. 4 kids. 1 big dog and 1 little dog.
One little dog trying to tame the goats.
He's a little one chasing goats.
He is, yeah. He's brave. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Luna.
Kids are gonna build a snowman.
Oh, are they?
I said if we had a little more snow, this would be a fun spot to pull the kids around.
Yeah, it would.
Good ground clearing for you.
It's crazy though, just dead leaves.
It's amazing.
What are you doing, Thea? Yeah, they're, so I saw them 1.5 inches by actually 10, you know, instead of 9.5. Yeah. So Levi and Kate has some friends over, and I got some good labor here. These are just going to stick out a little bit, and we will, once we do the front, we'll pull our diagonals and cut these off however they need to be.
Okay. Oh, that's right, yeah. What's that?
The wood slats up and down?
You going up and down?
Yeah, that's why I put these horizontal, then the siding will go.
Perfect.
And then them last 3 will just set on the sawhorse. Okay. That's it. So I'm just using a couple of these strong drive framing screws to hold them. But then I'm going to use, what did I call those? What are those things?
Timberlock?
Yeah, the timber locks. I have some 4.5 inch timber lock. But that'll be good. Now the front ones, the headers, I may notch the posts. I'm not sure yet. So we're just setting these ones on the sawhorses. But next up I'll saw some more. I'll saw the rafters on the sawmill. So I'm going to run back over towards the house. Melissa just left a few minutes ago, and I said I'll be over in a minute, and I heard some sirens coming down the road. Just want to make sure there's nothing going on at the house. Yeah, everything's good over here. They must have been passing by. Well, it is first thing in the morning. It's about 5 a.m. Christmas Eve. I've got a rip-roaring fire going in the wood stove, but things got cut a little short there last night. I was working on that shed out in the clearing, and I kept hearing sirens off in the distance. Well, they kept getting closer, and they ended up on our road, and Melissa had just left, and Hunter was over here by himself for about 5 minutes, and I heard those sirens. I'm like, I better get back to the house. So I came back out here. Everything was fine. I don't know where they went, but the only emergency was Hunter wanted a load of laundry folded. And then after we did that, we had to make a run for a chicken sandwich, and by the time we got back from that, the day was pretty much over, but it was all good. But like I said, it is Christmas Eve right now. We're going to have some people over about 3 o'clock this afternoon. But everybody will be here the Sunday after Christmas. Hannah and Tyler and Bo are visiting with his parents. And so our family and extended family, they'll all be here this Sunday. So a little get together tonight, and then the big one is on Sunday. And I look forward to both of those. I'm not sure if I'll have a video Thursday or not. We'll have to see what happens today. But tomorrow is just going to be a Christmas celebration and relaxation day. So that'll be good. But I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. I really do. And I appreciate y'all being here. And don't forget, check out our newsletter, outdoorswiththemorgans.com. There will be a pop-up that comes up. Enter your email and you will be signed up for our newsletter. And for those of you asking about Firestarter, midnight, New Year's Eve. And then that'll be it for a while. We should have enough where everybody should be pretty well stocked up. Probably won't have it available again until February. So we'll have a bunch ready for New Year's Day. Appreciate you being here. Catch you on the next one. Merry Christmas.